You guys, I didn't realize this, but we could do a cut screen like this, so get ready for a lot more images when I talk and Ernst walks, because this is so cool. This is such a cool camera thing. Our first look at Lake Superior, the fifth of our Great Lakes. I don't know if it's called Lake Superior because it's on the top, or it's the northernmost lake, or for another reason, like it's the largest. I'm not sure what that superlative is. Probably geography based. And there's a lot of people here. And this is a lake. Can you believe this is a lake? All fresh water. And it's got beaches for days. What are your thoughts?
It looks like an ocean.
Looks like an ocean, sounds like an ocean. It's just a big old lake. We didn't realize all these people here that have little like toothpicks with them, they're actually rock hunting. I don't know if that's the true verb for it, but they are looking for different rocks that get washed up along the way that are historic, like pre-dinosaur era. So yeah, we're gonna be rock hunting at Lake Superior. Just incredible. What are your thoughts?
The rocks.
You're not amazed by the beauty?
Nope.
Bjorn, are you amazed by the beauty of the rocks? Do you like lakes? Bjorn, do you like Lake Superior? Go, 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 go! Go, 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 go! Yes! Go, 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 go! Okay, so a lady just taught me that there are omars in the rocks, which are holes, like perfectly ground holes, and then agates and juniper, but it's something where you come out at night with a UV light and the rocks that have it glow in the night light. It's like super cool apparently. Some people use make them into jewelry. Other people just collect them as like people with seashells basically. But what's really interesting is that they came from when the glaciers and the ice age was up here, when the icebergs were leaving. They ground up the granite and the stone and stuff like that. And while they were grinding, they let all these rocks loose, and then the water throughout the years, like the billions of years, have like refined them and made them pretty and worn them down to be smooth. But like, look at that, that's agate. That's what we're looking for. Actually, we have no idea what we're looking for, but they are just stunning. Like, what in the world? What in the world? The lady I just spoke with said that where she's staying at the cabins, they use the rocks as handles, drawer pulls, really anything and everywhere that you could put a rock. They have a rock from Lake Superior. How cool is that? We're looking for the rocks. Bjorn's looking for the rocks too. But how stinking cool are they? Rocks are really cool. Bjorn is much more interested in this stick. This is our campground. It's Muscalonge State Park. And let's just take a look at these colors. They don't look as vibrant on the camera as they are in real life. But wow, they're gorgeous. Unfortunately, it doesn't feel like fall, or at least it doesn't feel, like October, because it's something like, what, 67, almost 70 degrees? So there's a little bit of a disconnect between what it looks like versus what it feels like.
Breast, which in turn creates slices for the radiologist to view to find even smaller cancers that weren't able to be detected with a 2D mammogram, and we're able to find cancers at earlier stages.
And since October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month,
With our ability to detect even smaller breast cancers, it's a great time to get in for your screening mammogram.
call your provider to schedule your mammogram today. Helen Newberry Joy Hospital and Healthcare Center. Your health, our passion. Winter rebates are on at Cal Tire. Trust the Cal Tire team to keep you safe on the roads with a wide selection of top winter tires on sale now. Plus, with any tires purchased at Cal Tire, you get extra free benefits with.
Are you or someone in your family?
Sarah wanted me to film the shaky road, so this will look great on camera.
It's the way to Pictured Rocks.
On a dirt road. On our way to see some rocks.
But look how pretty the colors are!
Yeah. Just like the trees we filmed earlier, but we gotta film it while it's shaking. So, there you guys go. Enjoy the shake. This Lake Superior really does look like an ocean. It is huge.
So cool looking at all the different rocks. And to come and arrive during fall season when these are the colors. Walk in.
It's a whole different lake. This is called Lake Superior. There we go.
Miner's Castle. Good boy.
Here it's a
Miners Beach. Oh, and the dog came. They say the water is a little bit too cold for swimming, but you can definitely go wading. And they also recommend if you're here on kayak, you have to use a sea kayak in case you tip over. But look at this. Are you kidding me? I'm absolutely taking my shoes off and getting in the water.
Cold? Is it cold?
It's definitely a lot colder than
That other lake? No.
Bjorn, no.
Bjorn.
So this is Lake Superior still. Look at these rocks! And this water. It's definitely, I'm in the, like my feet are in it right now, and it's definitely water where it's like, woo! Woo! Glad I did this. So using that miner's castle as a reference point where we just were, we are now at the sandbars. And once again, the water is super clear. They're on a sign coming in. A lot of the ships that came through the area sought refuge in this bay from Lake Superior storms and such. But as they were entering the bay, they didn't realize that there were sandbars, and so they would crash and sink. And there's actually quite a few ships that are sunk in this bay and preserved very well because the waters are so cold. But they said it is like the ships are only 20 to 40 feet down, but a sunken ship is a sunken ship. And the ship right here, here's a sunken ship. Thoughts on Pictured Rocks National Seashore?
Very pretty, very different, unexpected. We're figuring out on this trip that a lot of things we don't expect are the coolest. So that's pretty neat.
You can see the sandbar there. And it goes, I don't know if you can see the difference of the watercolors on the screen.
We are in
Sault Saint Marie.
Sault Saint Marie, which is a town that borders to Canada. It's a very cute, small and quaint. Also home of Lake Superior State University, who is also the first university in the States that has a course for marijuana, chemical marijuana, how to create it, I guess. So
There you go.
there you go. But yeah, we're going to explore this city.
So that's the bridge to Canada. And then between here and Canada are a bunch of locks.
It's okay, come.
Loch Ness Monster. It's got Bjorn. Look at it. You're okay, Bjorn. So I'm inside a freight ship on the Soo Locks as a museum. Let's check it out. So I went into the Great Lakes Shipwreck Museum, which is actually housed in a old freight ship. And the freight industry in the Great Lakes was actually quite surprising for how big of a deal it is. There are a ton of major cities that border Great Lakes, and it was a means of transporting mineral ore, grains, and a couple other just raw materials through the different cities. However, to do this, they had to get from lake to lake, and the lakes are at different sea levels. So they created locks to flood the waters, raise the water height, then drain the water height, so that the boats could successfully pass from one Great Lake to the next. Also, when we're talking about these boats, these can be up to 1,000-footers. And while we were at the museum, we didn't see it, but we knew it was scheduled to come in maybe an hour and a half after we left, was another 1,000-foot freight using the locks. Like, they're still used in transportation. So in addition to the sea level and just learning about the route system, I got to tour one. Obviously, this museum is on a boat, so I got to tour the living quarters and see how the weight of the minerals warps the steel over time. And it was all top loaded, so they just would pull up to the bay and cranes would load and unload all these hatches on top of the ship, open up. And then another interesting thing I learned about the Great Lakes is you'd think that they're lakes, okay, they've probably really calm waters and really nice. No, the Great Lakes were and are extraordinarily powerful bodies of water, and it is incredible. And when you get caught in a storm, those ships go down. And so there are countless numbers of shipwrecks that are at the bottom of the sea, or not bottom of these lakes. And it's also interesting because they're preserved differently than in the salt water. All right, you guys, it's a rainy Saturday night. We were at the Wi-Fi location in the car, but look what we're about to do. We're about to customize our URL for YouTube, and that's because you guys are all subscribed, and we have 100 subscribers. So thanks, you guys. Tell them thanks.
Thank you, guys.
Hello.
We are headed out of Muscalonge State Park.
We were supposed to head out at 8. It's 10 o'clock, so we slept in a little bit.
We hit and snoozed all our alarms. I think actually we turned them off so they wouldn't continue to bother us.
It's okay.
But Bjorn's been walked. I ran. We're rocking and rolling.
Yep.
And yeah, they turned the water off today, so we're glad we got to leave while we were here. Like,
basically today was the last day to dump and fill water, so we left on the perfect spot.
Yep. My rose for, do you want to do Michigan or the whole, just the Upper Peninsula?
Upper Peninsula.
Okay, so my rose for the Upper Peninsula was the rocks at Lake Superior. That was so cool. I went out again. I didn't film anything, but I went out again and found some more rocks. So that was definitely my rose, just because it was so unexpected and so different than anything I've ever seen before. What was your rose?
My rose here was just, it's gonna be a thorn as well, but not having service. It's nice to just do stuff together. Not that we don't do stuff together, we're spending like
All our time together.
16 hours a day together, but
I think it's more like being intentional with our time together.
yeah, that was nice. My bud is, I'm looking forward to seeing friends. We're gonna see Jess in Wisconsin, so that'll be nice to do. And my thorn is that when Sarah goes to talk to people, you know, they don't know who I am, so they referred me to tall.
They referred to me
as lanky. I've never been called lanky. Lanky is when you're tall and skinny. I'm tall and muscular. I'm big.
I'm a pudding.
I'm a beef boy. I'm not lanky. So that was a little thorn that people now think that I'm lanky.
I was like, when the lady described him as I was like, oh, your husband's that tall, lanky guy running around. And I'm like, I don't know that he's ever been described as lanky. So that, I guess, was a thorn for Ernst when I realized
I'm not lanky. I'm a big boy. I'm a big man.
my I guess thorn would be where we stayed was really cool, but there's nothing really around it. Every time we went somewhere like to Pictured Rocks or Sault Saint Marie, it was at least an hour and a half drive one direction, and that got pretty old pretty quick. So that was rough. We were just not really, we weren't expecting that, nor were we excited about that. So that was my thorn. And my bud is Door County, Wisconsin, where we're going next right now, because they call it the Cape Cod of the Midwest. And apparently there's a lot of Norwegians. So we're looking forward to that. That's what I'm most looking forward to in this moment. So, yeah.
Yeah, cool.